Welcome to Talon Talk. I'm Isaiah Price of Armstrong High School in the Armstrong School District. Talon Talk is a brand new show where we will be going inside Armstrong High School and discussing topics that the students are talking about today. The goal is to spread awareness about issues that relate in today's students. On today's episode, we will be talking about the end of the year testing. You always hear kids talking about how much stress students are being put under due to these tests. We've interviewed a few people on whether or not the end of the year testing is positively or negatively affecting students and staff.
I'm Robert Kirchis and I'm here with Connor talking about standardized testing. Connor, what standardized test do you have to take?
I have to take the PSSAs for math and reading for 7th grade, and I also have to take the Algebra 1 Keystones.
What do you think about them?
Pretty crappy.
Do you think they're really necessary?
I believe that they are necessary to tell where you should place in your next year's classes. However, I believe they could be a lot better formatted and better made.
Do you stress about them towards the end of the year?
I've ascended. I've become so stressed that I'm not even stressed out anymore. It's like I've ascended.
That's pretty interesting how that works.
Yeah.
Do you think anything can be done to improve these tests?
You should make them shorter.
Is that it?
That's about it. I forgot what I was going to say.
Alright, well, thank you, Connor. Ashley, what finals do you have to take?
I have to take calculus, bio, child development, and health.
What do you think about these finals?
I think they're unnecessary because we forget half the stuff in the beginning of the year.
Do you stress about them towards the end of the year?
Most definitely.
And what do you think could be done to improve these tests?
Not take finals. Just take a midterm.
Okay, well, thank you for your time, Ashley. Ty, what finals do you have to take?
I have to take the driver's ed final, the English, math, bio, and music finals. Yeah.
What do you think about them?
I think they're pointless because I forget everything by the end of the year.
Do you stress over the finals towards the end of the year?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I cut you off there, but
That's okay.
100%. These are the worst tests of the year, worse than Keystones, worse than anything. Because teachers overstress and there's nothing even on the test that they even taught you.
What do you think could be done to improve the tests?
Shorten the test, don't take them at all, whatever you want to do, just get rid of them.
Alright, Ty, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
How do you prepare your students for the test?
I teach 12th grade now, so it's not really a direct problem of mine, but when I taught 10th grade at Red School, I got those coach books and we do lessons out of that like every other week kind of thing, and we talk about it. We try to take whatever the content of the lesson was, I'd wrap it around whatever we were doing in class, the literature, or whatever happened to be. And one thing that it did do, which I've carried over to 12th grade English, is hard analytical writing. You know, basically like understanding how to break down complex prompts into simple questions and how to write basically text-dependent analysis in terms of an analytical response.
So do you think these tests are positive or negative on the students?
I think that they're generally negative. That's not to say that I don't think they have positives, but I think, how many did you take? 2, 3?
Yeah.
Some kids took 3. You know, like bang, 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 you know what I mean? And to put that kind of pressure on a kid with that much just happening at that point in time, I just think I don't agree with it.
So how do you think these tests could be improved in the future?
I think that the tests need to be basically redeveloped by people that are educators as opposed to state mandated by people that maybe think I went to school so I know how to teach. In the same thing, I've been to a doctor so I know how to perform open heart surgery. I think that, like kind of what I said before, I think that these tests, obviously, yes, as a teacher, we need to be held accountable. You know, there has to be a measure to do that. And any teacher that says otherwise, I would question as to why. You know, like, why would you be afraid to be held accountable? And I also think that kids need to show improvement. But that's kind of what I'm getting back to. I think they need to be reevaluated where it looks at basic skills of a student at the start of a year versus at the end of the year. And there needs to be some kind of like a growth matrix there that we look at. Something that can be basically kind of applied up and down a performance ladder, because you're just not, and yes, every kid's smart, every kid's important, every kid's unique, every kid matters, but you're not going to get the same from a kid that's academically here as you are a kid that's academically here, or anywhere in between. It's just, it is not going to happen.
Well, thank you for your time, Mr. Swanson.
Okay.
Thank you, Robert. Here with me is Stephen Wright, a student here at Armstrong High School. Thanks for coming in to talk, Stephen. What end of the year test do you take?
This year I had to take the English and the bio keystones as well as finals in all of my classes.
What's on these tests?
It's pretty much just about everything that we learned through the year, and keystones, it's about everything that we've learned in that subject. So biology, everything we've learned since 7th grade on physical science, biology, every kind of science.
How prepared did you feel?
This year I felt pretty prepared. The bio ones weren't that hard and the English ones weren't that hard, but my finals I've been stressing a lot over them and there's been a lot of work.
How much stress do these tests cause?
I mean, like I said, the tests didn't cause that much stress, but the finals that I've been taking and the projects that we've been doing over the weekends have caused a lot of stress.
What is your opinion on people not taking these tests seriously?
I definitely don't agree with them, and I still definitely think you should take them seriously because they determine money going into the state and in the school.
How do these disrupt the curriculum in the school?
They don't disrupt it too much until about the last month of school before the tests, and then their teachers are always cramming to get that content taught to their students, and there's a lot of homework and a lot of stress put on at that time.
Do you think they have a positive impact on students?
I don't think they have a positive impact on the students necessarily, but I do feel that they're an important part to determine the school's education levels.
Should we have to pass them to graduate?
I don't think that you should have to pass them to graduate. I just think that you should have to test them and show the state how well your school is doing.
How do you think these tests can be improved?
They're very long at the moment. I think they could definitely be shortened down. Some of them are like 2 or 3 days even. I think they should just be down to 1, or maybe just change the topics a little bit.
Well, that's our show for today. I'd like to thank the Intro to TV production students here at Armstrong High School for being our production crew today. They were led by their teacher, Don Swanson. Please join us next time for another look into Armstrong Junior Senior High School.